Hey everyone, how's it going? Danny04 here. Here was another video going over the Vindicator UM and the Predator UM. Both tanks recently on sale in the store. They've been out for a while, and they've been come a few years ago, I believe, last year when they first came out. You can buy one each for $20, or you can buy both of them with all the equipment, avatars. Does it come with avatars? Okay, maybe it doesn't come with avatars. But 2 more garage slots for $30, which is a pretty good deal, in my opinion. For 2 tanks, $30, tier 7. That's pretty fair, and they're pretty decent tanks. I'll have one game of each of them. I'll do the Vindicator first, if I can find it. I guess I'll be the only Vindicator I have. My apologies. So this was my very first game in the tank, and it's got some armor on the front with that giant scoop because of spaced armor, but it's pretty easy to pin if you shoot through that the hole right there, the hatch, or shoot the hatch on top. It's fairly easy to pin, and then this rear can get HE'd, and the side can even get HE'd by tank destroyers like the RHM ISU. Very weak armor on the sides and rear, but the front is pretty good. The gun looks ridiculous, but it should be bigger than 152mm or 155. I think it is. It just looks huge. So, but you know, it's got 3 ammo types. It's got heat, your normal standard round. Then you got a premium ammunition of heat, and then you have HE. So, similar to the T49, where if there's any fences or something in the way like that, buildings, you will not be able to shoot through them at all. So that can be difficult, and heat, if you shoot tracks, it does not go through. So it's kind of difficult to use at times, especially when tanks are wiggling back and forth, showing their tracks back and forth. It can be very hard to do damage. But if you take your time and aim, you can do damage. Its heat pin, I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to check. It's not great considering you can't pin an ARL in the front, but you just switch to your gold and it goes right through. 640 average alpha on its main heat, 560 on its secondary heat, and 960 on its HE. Mobility is reasonable. It's actually got a pretty decent traverse speed, so it's kind of hard for tanks to get around you, but if they do get around you, it's very easy for them to hold you there because you are like a giant box. So the HE pin is 88 with iron calibrated shells, so you can pin tanks like the SU 152 in the front pretty easily. This game was a very fast game, not very exciting, but it was my first game and the highest damage game I have in this tank. Nothing too special. Same with this SU. Can't really pin it with standard heat unless you hit the lower plate. It's kind of hard because this tank, the gun depression is 2 degrees, which is awful. It's so bad. It makes it so hard to use. Unless you're flat on the ground, you will not shoot anyone. You can't. If they're below you at all, yeah, you're not shooting them. But if they are above you, you can shoot them pretty easily because you have, I believe, 15 degrees of gun elevation, which is decent. So try not to get up on any ridges or anything because you won't shoot anybody below you unless you're sniping at long distance, which this gun, with how big it is not great at doing that. But it is a solid tank. $15, I'd say it's worth $15. It's pretty fun. Kind of like an SU-152, but makes credits decently. It is a collectible tank, so like all collectible tanks, they can get nerfed, but these tanks, there's no way Wargaming would nerf them. Then you have the Predator UM. It is an autoloader, and I really like the in-between shell reload, which is 1.5. That is very, very nice. It is a big tank. It is massive, size of a house. And you have 5 degrees of gun depression. And since you're so tall, tanks like the E-25, if there's an E-25 on the enemy team, or even Su-122-44s, if they side hug you, you cannot shoot them. It is so annoying and hard. But you can bounce a lot of shots, and you can ram pretty good. But it's just massive. And there's the gun depression, not good at all. So here, I went up here expecting to see them, but they apparently all went to the castle. And I'm here with platoon mate Barrel Rocket 358, running double Predators. We did run double Vindicators, and that didn't work out too well. Teams were pretty bad. But now I'm pushing up. I have to push all the way up because, like I said, I do not have any gun depression. And I probably could have blind fired there and hit him at least once, but I didn't because it's an auto loader and I don't like taking shots. You have to reload the whole mag. But then I realized the KV2's all the way over there now, so I get a shot, very lucky on that KV, setting my fire, but now I have no shot, so I'm just gonna reload. If you have an auto loader and you shoot a shot and you're not gonna get any shots and you know you aren't, just reload it. It's much better. And to reload, if you're on PC, you just double tap the reload button. If you're on mobile, like I am, you can open your ammo bar and just double tap any ammunition and they will automatically reload. It's because I see some people, like I used to do, just fire all my shots to reload my gun. Well, I learned that you just double tap the ammo and it's fine. I've known that for a while now, so that's very useful to have. So they don't know ever how many shells you have. Now it's a 4v5, so we got to be a little bit careful. We do have 2 Predators, so I'm not too worried because these things are a beast. So now I'm going to push over. I'm trying to find any tanks that are over here isolated because I saw their KV2 down there, so I'm sure there's someone else down there with him. And sure enough, the KV1S is up here. So, and he's pretty alone. Their SU's up here, but he's not really in danger. He bounced his shot, I set him on fire, and he's dead. And now their SU. The mag reload is 10 seconds, which is very nice. And you can't really pin the SU, at least not at this angle. On flat ground you could, but at this angle you can't. And he can pin you. So he has the gun just like the IS, and just like the KV1S there. If he aims for your turret, aims for the hatch, he will pin. And these little bulges on the side of your tank that look like guns or rockets, whatever they're supposed to be, if you shoot those, it will do damage. Those are hit boxes. You can do damage to those. Not a lot of people know that or shoot at them, but they can definitely be pinned. So use that to your advantage if a Predator is side scraping to you. And if you're driving the Predator, be sure to wiggle around, because they are kind of difficult to hit. You have to hit them flat on, just like the Lupus and its little top of its gun, whatever that is. You can shoot that if you hit it dead on. So just keep wiggling around, and you'll probably be okay. The turret is also pretty weak. The hatch can be easily pinned, so make sure you're always moving and never stay still. Like I stood still up there with that SU, and he was able to get a good shot on me. So don't do that. Now I don't have the hit points. My platoon mate here, he does. So you'll see in a minute here. I tell him, you have the hit points. You gotta push up because there's no way we're gonna be able to. I'm gonna be able to push up because the LTTV gets a shot on me. That KV3 gets a shot on me. I'm dead. So he's gonna push up, and we're gonna try to deal with this LTTV. And the KV3, he's not very patient, so he decides to move. So there, I tell Barrel Rocket, you got the HP, charge him, push the LTTV out, and I will dump my mag into him. Which Barrel Rocket does a good job. He pushes him out. Luckily, I got a bounce from that KV3, but I did bounce the LTTV, which is unfortunate. And then I hit his track. I got the second shot in. The 1.5 seconds is very, very nice, especially for dumping. Now to switch to the APCR. The Traverse is decent for a tank of this size. Its top speed it goes about 30, just like the Vindicator, which isn't bad. And now I can be a one-shot if he high rolls. So Barrel Rocket, I didn't think it was too great of an idea sticking out, but he got the bounce, so you know it works out. So now I'm going to push up, because unless he high rolls, I'm not a one-shot, but he can very easily high roll 34 hit points. So I got to be careful here. And I am angling my front, and he bounces. KB3 doesn't take time to aim, and apparently neither am I. I got 2 shots out of 3, which isn't too bad. And now that he's face-hugging me, I have no weak targets, but maybe the cupola. But the cupola is very, very hard to hit. But now he's just gonna spam HE, and I'm kind of in a situation here. I need to pull back. I need to let Barrel Rocket take the next hit because he can take another hit. I cannot. If he decides to use APCR, he can kill me. If he uses HE and shoots my turret ring, I will die. So I just sit back, got another shot into him, and now I'm just gonna be patient. There's no reason in getting myself killed. And now I'm gonna reload and take him out before. Well, no, he shoots me, but he uses HE. Not sure why he was using HE. He can pin. He just wasn't aiming. But that is the Predator UM and the Vindicator. Both very solid tanks. I think they're worth the price, unlike the MX-30B. First class, 2,800 damage. Barrel Rocket, 1,800 damage. Definitely carried that game. Both of us did. It's a good tank. I think it's worth it. They're definitely unique, and if you're not a fan of fake tanks, well, then you don't have to. Me personally, I don't care. It's a tank. If it has tracks and a gun, I'll take it. But they're nice tanks for what they are. I'll have a Blitz Stars thing right here showing the stats of the tanks. And thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.